Hey guys, this is Mech from Mech Tech Gaming, and today I'd like to talk to you about the Razer Naga MMO Gaming Mouse 2012 edition. Now I've had this mouse for about 2 weeks now, so I've had plenty of time to test it and see really if it helped or did not help to make me a better gamer on the PC, because as you may already know, I am usually a console gamer and I don't dabble in PC gaming that much until I got a better computer and was able to run games like Battlefield 3 and Call of Duty and stuff like that. So, the reason I decided to go with this mouse is not solely because I wanted a gaming mouse. I like Razer products. I have a Razer keyboard. I don't remember the name of it because I probably can't even pronounce it. It's the Razer Lycosa. Okay, so I can pronounce it. Good. That was my first Razer product I ever bought, and it's held up pretty well, except for the 5-key dying on me. But other than that, it's a great keyboard, and I've heard a lot of great things about Razer products, and I did a lot of research because I wanted to get a decent gaming mouse, and I didn't want to, just follow the pros and get something that they use. I wanted to actually get some solid research. So for me, it kind of came down to the Naga and the Death Adder. When I went to go pick up the mouse, I didn't want to order it because I didn't want to wait for it to get here. I wanted it now, and so I settled for the Naga, and I thought, hey, what the hell? If I don't like it, I can return it within the 30 days, and then I can actually get what I want. So I went with the Naga because I've heard a lot of people that have reviewed the Razer Naga as it being a MMO only mouse. And that's not necessarily true. I mean, it can work for first-person shooters, it can work for action games, it can work for pretty much anything you throw at it. It's just maybe not as practical, and the way it feels in the hand is not exactly the best, I think, especially if you're playing first-person shooters. But I thought, hey, whatever, I'll give it a try. So, the Razer Naga has your 2 standard buttons on top, of course. It's got the wheel and the middle mouse click on the wheel. And what makes the Naga very unique is the 12, it's basically a grid of 12 numbered buttons along the side where your thumb would be. And each of those thumb buttons are programmable. So you can pretty much make it whatever you want. The only problem I see with this is the fact that you can't really very easily go past row 2, which is 4 through 6. So you can easily reach 1, 2, 3, no problem. 4 is also okay. 5, 6 is a little bit of a stretch. And then 7 through 12, I don't even want to think about trying to reach those buttons and clicking the right ones when you're in a firefight on Battlefield 3, for example. I know that this mouse is not meant for a first-person shooter, but it works. I did have quite a bit of trouble with it because I didn't know what settings to make it, so I did a little bit of research to figure out what kind of settings would be ideal. And what it came down to is the software that Razer provides. It's basically a all-in-one software that you can use for all your Razer products, whether it be a keyboard or a mouse or whatever. I mean, it runs on everything and it saves all under one account, your Razer account that you make. So say you go over to a friend's house and you plug in your mouse, all you need to do is just sign into your Razer account, and there's all your settings, all your profiles, all that good stuff. So, I'll just tell you a little bit more about that. It's called Synapse 2.0. It's a fairly new program, and I think it's working quite well so far. For this particular mouse, you can save up to 8 key maps. Now, what that is say, for example, on Battlefield 3, if you want to have a different key map for your assault class, your engineer class, your recon class, or your support class, well, there's 4 key maps right there, and you can switch between these two whenever you want on the fly, and that's definitely very handy if you want to have different key maps for every class. Now, me personally, I would do that, but it's more ideal for the MMO gamer who has all kinds of crazy macros and key setups, and I don't even know how complicated those can get because I'm not an MMO gamer, not really much anymore, more of a casual MMO gamer. But I don't dabble in the macros and all that junk. So I'm not really sure how crazy they can get, but I have heard some stories that you can just go nuts with this thing. It's absolutely wild. You can basically make not only the game, but your computer do whatever you want with different commands set up in the macros. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, as far as like settings go, you can change your sensitivity. It goes as high as 5600 DPI. I have it currently on 1800 because I don't really see the need to go any higher. It's what's recommended by a lot of people that I have not really consulted with, but I've watched their videos recommending. For acceleration, it goes all the way up to 10, and I don't bother with that either because it doesn't seem to really make much of a difference. I've tried it and it didn't really make a difference for me, so I leave that alone. And then your polling rate, which is the frequency of data that is updated to the device, that can go from 125 to 500 to 1000, and I have it set on 1000 so that my my mouse is being updated of data very frequently, as high as it can go, so that there's no input lag whatsoever. And there really isn't. I mean, I didn't notice any input lag at all. If there was any lag to speak of, it was in the it was server lag, and it had nothing to do with my equipment. The mouse itself, it feels okay in the hand. I wasn't crazy about it. To be completely honest, my old mouse that I upgraded from was a Logitech, and it wasn't a gaming mouse. It was just your typical mouse. I think it was a Logitech Precision. I don't really remember, but it feels good in the hand. It conforms to your hand. It's really nice. And the Naga, it just didn't really do it for me. I mean, they do come with 3 side plates, I guess you could call them. It really depends on what feels good to you. They have one for a claw grip, if that's the kind of grip you use. They have a more relaxed palm grip, and then they have the standard grip that's it's not even really a grip at all. It's kind of like just a straight flush on the side, and it doesn't really provide any support whatsoever. So pretty much you can choose between the 3, and whichever one feels most comfortable for you, you can roll with it. I didn't really find any of them to be particularly comfortable, but I gotta say, once I got into gaming, into a good gaming session, I didn't really think about it. So it was only a few times that the way the mouse felt kind of bothered me. Another thing I really liked about the mouse was how in the middle, like in between the left and right click, it's a space. And in my Logitech, you had a space, but it was very small, so the mouse buttons would feel like they were overlapping or like touching when you would hold right mouse button to aim down sights and left mouse button to fire, and it felt very wonky. It didn't feel good at all. And I don't know, I've never had a mouse with this many buttons, and I never had a wired mouse, and I can't remember how long, and a mouse with so many settings and all that stuff. I mean, I really recommend that unless you know about this kind of stuff, to look up preferred settings for particular games, because I was completely lost, and until I knew what settings to put, I sucked terribly. I mean, I already do suck. I'm not that great at PC gaming. I'm working at it, but I'm still getting there. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm not crazy about this mouse. I'm definitely gonna return it and probably pick up a Death Adder, and you will see the unboxing for that, as well as the review in the coming weeks afterwards. So the Razer Naga 2012 is it's okay. not as good as I had hoped. It does the job, but to me, not well enough. This mouse cost $80 at Best Buy. You can probably find it cheaper maybe on Amazon. I gotta say, I just don't think that it fits the bill for the price. So I gotta say, I cannot recommend this mouse. If you play MMOs, you might like this mouse, but to me, I think I can do better. It is a great mouse, but just not for me. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope this review helped you out. And if you would, hit that thumbs up button, and thanks for all the support, guys. I'll see you guys next time.